Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The Chicago Bears locker room was reportedly a scene of chaos yesterday, with sources claiming that tensions between quarterback Caleb Williams and wide receiver DJ Moore reached an unprecedented boiling point, escalating into a heated confrontation that left teammates shocked and staff scrambling to contain the situation. Rumors circulating within the organization suggest that the argument began during a routine practice session, but quickly spiraled into a personal clash, with both players allegedly exchanging words that went beyond the standard disagreements over plays and performance. Insiders hint that the friction has been simmering for weeks, fueled by missed passes, frustrations over offensive strategies, and a general sense of discontent with the team's performance this season. Some say that the locker room has been a powder keg for a while, with multiple players expressing concerns about the growing divide between the offense's star talent. Sources close to the Bears' coaching staff indicate that immediate action was taken, with both Williams and Moore reportedly being pulled aside and separated to prevent the situation from escalating further. Fans and analysts are already speculating about the potential impact of this clash, suggesting that the Bears' chemistry could be severely compromised. The atmosphere surrounding the team, insiders claim, is now tense, with whispers of internal conflict dominating conversations among players, staff, and even front office executives. This incident, if confirmed, could mark a turning point in what has been a turbulent season for the franchise, raising questions about leadership, accountability, and the future of both athletes within the team. According to several unofficial reports, the confrontation in the Bears' locker room involved intense verbal exchanges that reportedly lasted several minutes, with teammates attempting to intervene but failing to immediately de-escalate the situation. The specifics of what was said remain murky, though some sources insist that the argument touched on personal grievances as well as professional frustrations, highlighting a breakdown in communication that has plagued the team in recent weeks. Coaches are allegedly reviewing the incident in detail, trying to determine the underlying causes and prevent any further deterioration in morale. Insiders note that this clash is not an isolated incident, but part of a pattern of tension that has emerged since the start of the season, with multiple players expressing dissatisfaction with team dynamics and leadership decisions. Rumors suggest that both Williams and Moore have strong personalities, and when combined with the pressure of performing in a high-stakes environment, conflicts were bound to surface. Some say that this confrontation reflects deeper issues within the Bears' locker room, including questions about offensive schemes, player utilization, and accountability. The reaction from the front office, according to inside sources, was swift and decisive, signaling a no-tolerance approach to behavior that threatens team cohesion. While fans are left speculating, internal sources hint that the organization is weighing disciplinary measures that could significantly impact the roster. The fallout from this altercation, if it continues to fester, could ripple throughout the team, affecting not only player relationships, but also overall performance and strategic planning for upcoming games. Eyewitnesses and insiders are spreading word that the incident between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore has sent shockwaves through the Bears organization, creating an immediate sense of urgency among coaches, trainers, and team executives. According to unverified accounts, the argument escalated quickly, with both players allegedly confronting each other in ways that disrupted team meetings and left other athletes visibly unsettled. The exact sequence of events remains speculative, yet multiple sources suggest that the confrontation was fueled by frustration over on-field execution, perceived lack of effort, and clashes in leadership styles, all of which have contributed to mounting tension. Reports indicate that other players were forced to intervene to prevent physical escalation, although there is no official confirmation of any actual violence occurring. Observers note that such high-profile disputes are rare, but not unheard of in professional sports, where personalities and competitive pressures can collide explosively. According to insiders, the Bears' front office acted swiftly, reportedly separating both players from the main roster while conducting investigations and deliberating on appropriate disciplinary actions. Rumors are now swirling among fans and analysts alike, with speculation running rampant about potential trades, suspensions, or even permanent releases. This alleged locker room clash, insiders claim, has raised serious questions about team culture, leadership effectiveness, and the ability of management to maintain harmony amid mounting performance pressures. Analysts predict that if unresolved, these tensions could have a lasting impact on the Bears' season, potentially derailing playoff aspirations and creating a narrative of internal dysfunction. Sources close to the team suggest that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, both considered cornerstones of the Bears' offensive strategy, were placed on indefinite leave following the altercation, signaling the organization's intent to assert control and preserve team unity. Although official statements remain vague, insiders claim that both athletes are prohibited from participating in practices and team meetings until further notice, a move that some speculate could influence not only upcoming game outcomes, but also trade negotiations and roster adjustments. Rumors indicate that behind closed doors, executives and coaches are engaged in intense discussions to determine whether the player's presence is compatible with team objectives and locker room cohesion. Observers hint that the incident may have broader implications, affecting contract negotiations, player morale, and public perception of the Bears franchise. Fans on social media are already buzzing, with speculation ranging from potential locker room implosions to high-stakes showdowns between management and star players. Analysts emphasize that the situation underscores the challenges of balancing elite talent with team discipline, highlighting the delicate dynamics required to maintain competitive success. Unofficial reports claim that internal surveys of player sentiment have been conducted to gauge the level of unrest, revealing that a significant portion of the roster is concerned about ongoing conflicts affecting performance. The narrative emerging from these leaks paints a picture of a team at a crossroads, facing critical decisions that could redefine relationships, strategic direction, and overall organizational stability. The next moves by the Bears management, insiders argue, will be scrutinized intensely, potentially shaping the legacy of both Williams and Moore within the franchise. Industry whispers suggest that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, despite being pivotal to the Bears' offensive strategies, may face long-term consequences from this incident, affecting not only their on-field roles but also their reputations within the league. Rumors indicate that discussions about player accountability, leadership influence, and team culture are intensifying behind closed doors, with executives considering a range of outcomes that balance disciplinary action with maintaining competitive viability. Some sources claim that sports psychologists and team mediators are being consulted to evaluate potential interventions, aiming to prevent recurrence and mitigate damage to team morale. Observers speculate that if both players remain sidelined, the Bears may need to adjust offensive schemes, develop contingency strategies, and possibly accelerate recruitment efforts to fill gaps left by their absence. Social media and sports commentary channels are reportedly exploding with conjecture, creating a sense of urgency around official statements and actions. Analysts argue that how the organization manages this high-profile conflict could set a precedent for handling future disputes and establish a narrative about the Bears' commitment to discipline and performance. Insiders hint that all decisions are being weighed carefully, considering fan sentiment, team cohesion, media scrutiny, and the potential ripple effects on contracts, endorsements, and league reputation. As speculation continues, it becomes clear that this locker room confrontation is shaping up to be a defining moment in the Bears' current season, one that may influence leadership strategies, team morale, and the careers of both Caleb Williams and DJ Moore. Multiple unverified sources are reporting that the Bears' locker room atmosphere has shifted dramatically since the altercation between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, creating an environment filled with tension, speculation, and uncertainty about the team's short-term and long-term prospects. Rumors suggest that relationships between players, coaching staff, and management are being tested, with whispers of divisions forming along lines of loyalty, personality, and perceived responsibility for the incident. Observers note that such disruptions can have profound effects on practice efficiency, game day coordination, and overall team morale, as players navigate a landscape now complicated by mistrust, rumors, and heightened scrutiny. According to insiders, the front office is balancing multiple considerations, including potential public backlash, media coverage, and the need to maintain competitive viability while addressing the interpersonal conflict at its core. Analysts speculate that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore's futures with the team are uncertain, with decisions potentially involving trades, fines, suspensions, or formal reprimands, all intended to convey a message of accountability. Fan communities and sports journalists are fueling a feedback loop of rumor and speculation, often amplifying the perceived gravity of the situation, even as details remain unconfirmed. Sources indicate that the coaching staff is actively seeking solutions, including conflict resolution strategies, leadership adjustments, and possible reassignments, to restore harmony and performance. The unfolding narrative, insiders claim, is shaping into a dramatic storyline that could redefine team dynamics, player reputations, and the Bears' public image for the remainder of the season. Whispers within the Chicago Bears organization suggest that the fallout from the locker room confrontation between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore is far from over, with sources claiming that team executives are now engaged in urgent, behind-the-scenes discussions aimed at containing the chaos and preventing further damage to morale. According to insiders, the incident has ignited a firestorm of speculation across social media, sports networks, and fan communities, all attempting to interpret the consequences for the franchise, the players involved, and the trajectory of the season. Some reports hint that Williams and Moore, both considered indispensable to the Bears' offensive schemes, are being closely evaluated not only for disciplinary action, but also for their potential long-term fit within the team's culture, with scouts, agents, and analysts weighing in on every possible outcome. Unofficial sources suggest that the confrontation has left coaches scrambling to adjust practice routines, redistribute responsibilities, and implement strategies to keep the remaining roster focused and motivated. Rumors indicate that mediation efforts may be underway, involving team leadership, player representatives, and possibly external consultants, in an attempt to de-escalate tensions and restore communication channels. Observers speculate that the public silence from the Bears' front office is deliberate, allowing time to formulate a strategy that balances accountability with competitive priorities. Meanwhile, social media speculation continues to grow, with fan theories, leaked commentary, and insider hints creating a volatile atmosphere around the franchise. If the situation remains unresolved, insiders claim, the Bears could face ongoing disruption, impacting performance, cohesion, and public perception in ways that extend well beyond this season. Sources close to the team are claiming that the confrontation between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore has revealed deeper issues within the Bears' locker room, suggesting a fragile environment where competitive tensions, personality clashes, and leadership disagreements converge in unpredictable ways. Rumors indicate that the team's coaching staff is now navigating a complex web of interpersonal dynamics, attempting to balance discipline, player management, and performance optimization under intense scrutiny. Analysts speculate that the incident may have triggered a domino effect, with other players reportedly expressing frustration or anxiety about how conflicts are handled, potentially influencing practice engagement, game day readiness, and overall morale. Insider chatter hints that front office executives are weighing multiple options, from temporary suspension and structured mediation to potential trades or long-term removal from the roster, each carrying profound implications for both individual careers and organizational stability. According to unverified reports, fan sentiment is increasingly polarized, with some rallying behind the players involved, while others question the leadership of coaches and management in containing the situation. Social media platforms, sports forums, and media outlets are reportedly amplifying speculation, turning insider leaks into viral narratives that dominate conversations and intensify pressure on decision-makers. Observers note that in professional sports, high-profile disputes of this nature are rarely contained quietly, with ramifications often extending to sponsorships, public image, and league-wide perception. As the Bears attempt to navigate this crisis, insiders suggest that every statement, action, and rumor will be scrutinized, potentially shaping not only the remainder of the season, but the long-term culture and reputation of the franchise. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Sources claim that the Bears management is reportedly in a state of high alert following the altercation between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, with rumors suggesting that every potential scenario, from temporary suspension to permanent roster changes, is being evaluated. According to insiders, the organization is not only concerned with immediate discipline, but also with preserving team cohesion, fan support, and the franchise's public image, creating a multi-layered challenge that extends beyond the players themselves. Analysts speculate that the incident may have highlighted vulnerabilities in leadership communication, conflict resolution policies, and the ability to integrate star athletes into a harmonious team environment. Unverified reports hint that mediators, sports psychologists, and senior executives may be involved in discussions aimed at de-escalation, reconciliation, or strategic roster adjustments. Observers note that the pressure is compounded by social media speculation, fan commentary, and media scrutiny, amplifying every rumor, leak, and unconfirmed report. Some insiders suggest that teammates are watching closely, assessing the outcomes and potential consequences for themselves, which may influence locker room dynamics, trust, and collaboration. Analysts emphasize that in professional sports, incidents like this can define seasons, shape reputations, and create lasting legacies for players and organizations alike. As the Bears navigate these unconfirmed reports and internal deliberations, the situation continues to generate a climate of rumor, anticipation, and uncertainty, with every move watched and interpreted by both insiders and the public. Unverified sources hint that the confrontation between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore has sparked intense speculation about potential trades, roster adjustments, and shifts in coaching strategy, suggesting that the fallout could influence not only this season, but the franchise's long-term trajectory. According to insiders, the coaching staff is working tirelessly to maintain operational stability, ensuring that remaining players stay focused on performance objectives while internal conflicts are addressed. Rumors suggest that management is evaluating multiple courses of action, from temporary removal of the players from active duty to formal mediation sessions designed to restore trust, accountability, and cohesion. Analysts speculate that how the Bears handle this high-profile situation could set a precedent for the league, demonstrating whether the franchise prioritizes discipline, culture, or competitive advantage. Social media discussions, fueled by leaks and fan speculation, are reportedly contributing to pressure on decision-makers, with every rumor amplified and interpreted as evidence of internal dysfunction. Observers note that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, as central offensive figures, have the potential to dramatically influence outcomes if reinstated or removed, making management decisions particularly consequential. Inside chatter suggests that even subtle decisions, such as communication tone, practice assignments, or public statements, are being carefully weighed for impact on morale, performance, and perception. The evolving narrative paints a picture of a team at a crossroads, with unresolved tension threatening to shape the Bears' culture, reputation, and success in the months ahead, leaving insiders and fans alike on edge. Sources close to the team report that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore's confrontation has triggered an internal reassessment of leadership structures, player influence, and cultural norms within the Bears organization, with rumors suggesting that multiple pathways for resolution are being explored simultaneously. According to insiders, management is considering interventions ranging from disciplinary measures to strategic team-building initiatives aimed at restoring stability while reinforcing expectations for professional conduct. Analysts speculate that this incident may affect future interactions, contract negotiations, and overall player morale, influencing decisions beyond the immediate season. Social media chatter is reportedly intensifying as fans, journalists, and analysts dissect every leak, rumor, and statement, feeding a cycle of speculation that pressures the organization to act quickly while carefully managing optics. Observers note that incidents of this magnitude are rarely isolated, often exposing deeper vulnerabilities in communication, hierarchy, and leadership within professional sports organizations. Unverified reports suggest that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore are closely monitored, with both personal behavior and potential impact on teammates under scrutiny, highlighting the delicate balance between talent management and organizational discipline. Analysts argue that the way the Bears navigate this situation could shape public perception, internal culture, and the narrative surrounding the franchise for years. Rumors continue to circulate, fueling a climate of anticipation, tension, and uncertainty that dominates both internal and external conversations about the team, making this an evolving story of high stakes and intense scrutiny. Insiders claim that the aftermath of Caleb Williams and DJ Moore's confrontation has led to a heightened sense of urgency within the Bears organization, with reports suggesting that the team is working to implement both immediate and strategic responses to stabilize locker room dynamics. According to rumors, management is weighing options that include targeted mediation, potential trades, roster adjustments, and public communications designed to reassure fans and maintain competitive credibility. Analysts speculate that the incident could redefine leadership roles, player accountability measures, and organizational priorities, potentially influencing team culture for seasons to come. Social media and sports media are reportedly amplifying every development, creating pressure on decision-makers and fueling a cycle of speculation, rumor, and analysis that complicates internal planning. Observers note that managing elite talent in high-pressure situations requires balancing discipline, performance expectations, and public perception, making every decision both sensitive and impactful. Rumors indicate that Caleb Williams and DJ Moore's futures with the Bears are now central topics in discussions about roster strategy, team cohesion, and long-term franchise objectives. Fans, journalists, and insiders alike are watching closely, analyzing signals, and speculating on potential outcomes, from reconciliation to permanent separation. The narrative emerging from these reports paints a portrait of a franchise grappling with high-profile conflict, organizational decision-making, and the challenge of sustaining performance amid uncertainty. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.